Okay, so for those who are still working on the mind mapping assignment, I'm just going to go through the steps one more time so you can follow along because it can be a little bit confusing. So here's a couple examples of two different types of mind maps. So the one on the left here, this one has the main idea in the middle, and then this one has it on the top. So there's like endless ways you could design your mind map, and you can get really creative about it, or you can just make it really simple. It's up to you. The point of it really is to come up and generate some ideas about our identity. So here's my example. So on my example, I have my name right in the center. And then branching off from my name is a bunch of different ideas about myself, like my values, things that are important to me in my life. So I have things like family, friends, teaching, equity, art, discovery, my baby. So those are sort of things in my life that are important to me. So that's the first slide. So I'm just going to show you the two slides that you're going to make two slides. I'm going to show them to you now, and then I'm going to show you how you make those slides. So the second slide has images that I've collected, mostly from the internet. A couple of them I took myself. But these images relate back to these words in my mind map. So the first slide we're doing is we're coming up with these words that relate to our ourselves, our identity, and then the second one is finding reference images that kind of relate back to that. So let me show you how I go about making those two slides. So in assignments, you'll see here mind mapping assignment. And then when you click on the untitled presentation Google Slides right here, you are going to end up with two slides that just look like this. They should be completely blank, okay? So the first slide I'm gonna make is the mind mapping one. And I'm gonna start by just adding some shapes into my slide. So on my toolbar, I have this icon here that says shape. So if you hover the mouse over top of it, the word should pop up of what that tool is. So I click on it, and then there's shapes, arrows, callouts, and equations. And you can use any of these for them. So let's say I'm gonna choose a shape. So let's say I wanna do the heart. So I just click on it, and then I should get this cross, or this cross, and then I just pull down, click and pull, and I will get my shape. I can change the shape of it. I can make it big. I can make it skinny. I can make it short, however you want it to be. And then over here is this paint bucket symbol, and I hover over top of it, and it says fill color. So I click on that one, and I can change the color of it. Okay? Now, once I have the shape and the color that I want, I can double click, and here I can write something in. So I'm gonna write Mrs. T. And if I want that right in the center, I can push it over, or I think I could also, oh no, that's not it. I could click this one, and then we'll put it right in the center. So this is the alignment one. Okay, so, and then I can move this anywhere I want in my picture. So then I'm just gonna keep adding shapes and putting words in them. So say I just wanna, maybe I wanna just do all hearts, which I could do that too. Then I'm going to change the color and put a word in the center. So let's say hope. That's one of my values, is to be hopeful, right? I'm gonna put that word in the center. And then just keep building it out until you have a bunch of them. I did a lot to generate ideas for my picture. I would say you guys should have at least 4. Let's try to have at least 4. But if you want to do a whole bunch like mine, that's great. So if you want to connect these with a line, you can do that by hovering over this this symbol right here that has all the lines. So I had mine on arrow, but when you hover over yours, it should say line. And then you have all these different kinds of lines. So you can do an arrow. So I could have this just like pointing towards that one. And then I can also change the shape of these. I can have it connect all the way to the edge. And one of the ones I think is kind of cool is the scribble. So you draw it out and then you can kind of change the shape of it. So part of the reason I'm showing you guys how to do this using these tools in Google Slides is that so you can be creative when you're making Google Slides for any of your classes. Sometimes it's nice to have like a visual design for when you're making work or making doing your homework. So here we just get to kind of practice how we can use the tools in Google Slides. So say I have this all finished and I'm at this point where I've got all my shapes in there. Then I'm going to move on to my next slide. So that's this slide here where we're adding in our images, okay? So these are images that relate back to the words in our mind map. So how I'm going to find my images is I am going to go first and open a new link or a new tab. That's the word, new tab. And I'm going to go google.com. So we're going to go to Google. And I'm just going to put in the word of one of the words from my mind map. So hope was one of them. And then I press enter and I'm going to hit images. And all these different images are going to pop up. And I can scroll looking through it, seeing if there's something in particular that I like. If there isn't anything that I find like an inspiring picture, then what I can do is I can refine my search. So maybe like hope during the pandemic. So maybe I'm more interested in something really specific. And then I get, you know, a bunch more different types of images. Okay. So like this one I think is cool, actually. I like that one. So I'm going to take this picture because I find that like a pretty beautiful one. So once I pick a picture, I can click on it and then it will show up over here. And now what I want to do is take a screenshot of that picture. Okay, so once you find your picture that you like, then you are going to take a screenshot of that picture. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm just going to move over here for a sec to just show you how to take the screenshot. So the screenshot, you press on your Chromebook, you press Shift, which is right here, Control, which is right here, and then the show window, which is almost in the center, but it's that button right there. So you press those all 3 at the same time, and you'll end up with this kind of cross with a circle in the middle. It might look a little bit different on the Chromebook because I am working on a Mac, but it should be somewhat like that. Then you just click down and hold it and pull that that over top of the image that you want to capture. And then that will be saved onto your computer, okay? So then the next thing that I want to just show you is where those images are saved. So if you click on the icon, File Manager on the left side, this little button right here, and then you want to click on Files, which is right there. And once you open My Files, you click on Downloads, and you should see all your screenshots right in your files downloads on your computer, on your Chromebook. So when we find our picture, I'm going to go back over to here. I am going to screenshot this image. And that is going to be saved in my downloads. Okay, so once you've taken your screenshot of your image, then you can go back over to your Google Slides. Although you might want to take a whole bunch of screenshots and just collect all your images first. So then I'm back in my Google Slides, and I want to now bring those images onto my slide. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to go up to this icon called Insert, and I'm going to go Insert Image, right? And then I want to go Upload from Computer. So I click on that, and my images are actually stored on my desktop, but yours should be in your downloads, remember? So mine's a little bit different, but if yours should be in your downloads, and you should see all your images. Mine here is on my desktop, but I'm gonna go Choose. And then it's gonna show up really big like this. So what I do is I just kind of make it a little bit smaller. And I have my image that represents hope. So basically, that's the process. And you're just going to keep doing that until you fill the page with images. Just like my example here, I have a whole bunch of words and then a whole bunch of images that relate to those words. So this will help us prepare and gather some information for our art project. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye for now.